Now on to the All-Star reserves. They were named this past week. In the Eastern Conference, Jimmy Butler, Darius Garland, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, and Fred VanVleet. And now to make up the West, it was Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Karl Anthony Towns. What are your initial reactions to this list? Who was snubbed from the All-Star game? We know KD and Draymond won't be in it. So who are some possible injury replacements for them? What do you think, Riff? I'll start with you.
Well, first of all, shout out to Darius Garland. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he got into the All-Star game. That's one of my guys. In the East, I was surprised JB didn't make it. I thought Jalen Brown would maybe I really didn't see Middleton. He was kind of like, oh, wow, I didn't notice he would, get in this year. I felt
decent numbers.
I felt like JB has been playing at a bit of a better level, but I understand the team's at a better record.
He's missed time also.
Yeah, so I get that part. In the West, though, like you said, I'm hoping for maybe Anthony Davis or DeJounte Murray to take Draymond Green's spot. Maybe DeJounte because he's played more games. I thought AD was gonna get it even though he missed times because 24 and 10 is still all-star numbers.
Of course.
But everybody else, Draymond Green, Rudy Gobert, Luka, Donovan, obviously, I feel like those guys, they made the right call. I feel like they got everybody. Sort of people in the East, I feel like they feel like LaMelo should have got in. But like we said, we had a segment on it between Garland, VanVleet, and LaMelo. It was really hard, and the success is leaning towards VanVleet now and Garland, of course. So, Allen, you could have made the case for him too. But, looking at the East, I think only Middleton's the guy where you're kind of like, I don't know if he should be in. There's a couple guys you could probably put in front of him. But in the West, I think everybody on the reserves definitely should have got in. So I'll go with the list.
I'm with you on the West side. I feel like there's no player I look here that should not be an all-star. Sure, you could say that DeJounte Murray deserves a spot, Anthony Davis for the numbers, but AD's missed too much time for me. DeJounte Murray just doesn't deserve it over these guys listed. There's no way you could tell me that I'm taking out Devin Booker, Luka, Chris Paul, or Donovan Mitchell. Even though Donovan's missed some time, he's still Donovan Mitchell. He's going to get in regardless. On the East side, I agree with you. I feel like I was very surprised that I did not see Jared Allen on this list. Chris Middleton is definitely on the cusp of being an all-star. He had an unbelievable playoff run, and he's been pretty solid this season. And I don't know if it was the playoff run mixed with playing relatively well. Solid offensive player, solid defensive player. So I feel like maybe that's the reason why they gave him the nod over Jared Allen or LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball's stats-wise clears Middleton in every category, points, rebounds, and assists. Jared Allen, for the success that the Cavaliers have had this season, I feel like off that alone, him never having an all-star appearance, this really being the first season that the Cavaliers have been a great club since LeBron has left. I feel like the Cavaliers should have gotten a little bit more respect outside of just Garland getting in. But I understand. Milwaukee's coming off a championship. Middleton was a huge part of that. I don't know if that plays a huge factor into it, truthfully. He's been playing solid basketball, both offensively and defensively, and he's been a previous All-Star too, so that might have played a role in him getting in. But JB, where I agree with you. I think JB is a better ball player than Middleton. I think JB's just missed a little bit too much time with injury. Points-wise, defensively, JB has been spectacular when he's been on the court, but I can't put him as an all-star right now. Other than that, I really have no issues. West is perfect. East makes a little bit more sense of why I could see like LaMelo or Jared Allen getting in, but JB is a little bit of a stretch for me personally, but the only one that I have an issue with is Middleton. You have VanVleet, who's been playing excellent basketball. Tatum is Jason Tatum. He needs to be an all-star every year that he's in the league. James Harden, regardless of how I may feel about him currently, he's James Harden. He's got to be an all-star. That's plain and simple. Zach LaVine, I had him as a starter. Either way, he was making this all-star team. And self-explanatory, Jimmy Butler and Darius Garland for both of these guys as teams that are having success and playing great ball.
Chris Middleton is that guy that whenever he gets into the All-Star game, at least in the past years, it was acceptable only because Milwaukee was on a pace for 60 wins and he's the second best player on one of the best teams in the NBA. But Milwaukee hasn't been that. They have been feeling the loss of Brook Lopez. Chris Middleton being an All-Star is
interesting.
Embarrassing.
That's interesting.
And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Pascal Siakam deserves it over Chris Middleton far and away.
You know what?
He missed
He said
time.
a good name though.
He missed time, though.
Pascal did miss some time early.
You talk about LaMelo. I'm not mad LaMelo didn't make it. You have Zach LaVine, James Harden, Fred VanVleet, Darius Garland, DeRozan, and Trae Young all as guards. I mean, there's a lot of guard depth. Am I ecstatic that Harden made the All-Star game? No. I feel like Harden getting snubbed from it may have given him additional motivation for the entire season. I feel like right now he just doesn't look like he's playing motivated. I wouldn't have been against him not making it personally. Just his efficiency's at an all-time low. I get it, averaging 22.5 and 10 assists, but he's averaging like 4.5 turnovers per game, and he's been very inefficient. Between the two snubs for me is Jared Allen and Pascal Siakam. Jalen Brown's up there as well to replace Chris Middleton. I thought Chris Middleton getting in was embarrassing. He has no case to be an all-star this season over those guys I mentioned. He really doesn't. And I'm kind of annoyed that he got into the All-Star game. Drew Holiday deserved it over him. I feel like he's more important to Milwaukee than him, in my opinion. I understand he had a great playoff run, but let's pump the brakes. Outside of last season, we know what he's been in the playoffs. And I don't take that playoff run into account for this season's All-Star game. I just don't. Then I look at the Western Conference. I felt like they nailed it. The Western Conference was flawless.
Perfect.
I didn't find any problem with it. Really, my question is, who's going to replace Draymond Green as an injury replacement? DeJounte Murray, I'm not even thinking about him. I know that's your guy. I'm not thinking about him. It's Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards should be an all-star replacement, and he should be in the all-star game. He's listed as forward, I believe, so he can get in. He deserves to be an all-star.
Why?
Because he's averaging 22 points per game in Minnesota with Cat. Cat was an all-star. They're the 7th seed currently and only 2.5 games behind the 5th seed. Put respect on Minnesota. Put respect on Anthony Edwards.
DeJounte's cleaning him in everything aside from points.
And
he's putting up 19 points a game. And they are a top 4. Wait, whoa. Anthony Edwards is putting up more points. I said he's cleaning him in everything but points, and DeJounte is averaging 19 points
not 3-point shooting.
I'm talking about assists, rebounds, and steals. He's cleaning him in all that.
Okay, and he's on a bottom 3 team in the West, bottom 4 team in the West. Why don't you want to put Brandon Ingram in the All-Star game?
That's fair.
All right, so Anthony Edwards, I think, should be the All-Star replacement for Draymond Green. Outside of that, I thought the All-Stars were pretty good. Chris Middleton was disappointing. The West, I thought they pretty much nailed it, and I'm okay with it.
Can I ask you a question really quick? We don't have to make this a huge thing. Bucks are feeling the loss of Brook Lopez. They're a game and a half out of first place.
There was
a great stretch of games where no Giannis, no Middleton, Drew Holiday missed some time. I don't understand the feeling the loss of Brook Lopez.
Their rim protection has not been as good as it was last season with Brook Lopez.
I mean, they're still playing great basketball.
They can be playing great basketball.
No,
it doesn't mean that Brook Lopez...
Again, they're a game and a half out of first place.
They're not missing Brook Lopez.
And they've dealt with injuries just like every other team.
I see what you're saying. I see your point.
I think they're missing Brook Lopez right now.
Go ahead, JC.
I pretty much agree with what everybody said. I think in the West they nailed it. As far as Draymond Green, I mean, I would give the spot to Anthony Davis just off pure respect. I mean, like you said, he's averaging 24 and 11. He's coming back. He's been showcasing that he's still one of the top 3 big, top 2 big in the NBA. He's been killing it. So with the West, I believe they nailed it for Draymond Green's replacement. I would say Anthony Davis. I mean, as far as the Eastern Conference, I'm with everybody except Chris Middleton. I agree with Joel. I don't think Chris Middleton is the second best player on the Bucks this year throughout this entire season. I think it's Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday shooting 50% from the field, basically 40% from the 3, averaging just about the same amount of points, more assists, better defender. But even then, I don't think Drew Holiday should have gone in. I'm a little biased. I like Jared Allen because I'm he's a former Net and he's really integral to what Cleveland's been doing this year, and them having this high of a record and being this high in the standings. So I would rather have him in the All-Star game, Jaylen Brown as well. I think Jaylen Brown, but a lot of my stuff is off viewership as well. Like, I don't want to see Chris Middleton in like the All-Star game, like personally. Like, I don't think he's that fun of a player to watch. Like Jaylen Brown, these type of guys can throw down dunks, more athletic and all that stuff, I mean, I get the respect factor, but then again, Chris Middleton's missed a lot of time this year. and his efficiency have been low. He's shooting 44% from the field and about 36, 37 from the three. So he hasn't really had much rhythm. 38. He hasn't had much rhythm going into this season. So I'm all right with the East. Like I said, I think Chris Middleton should have been replaced by Jared Allen or Jalen Brown. And I don't even think he was the most second-worthy Milwaukee Buck. I would have gave that spot to Jrue Holiday because I think he means more to the team. And Jrue Holiday this season is having one of the best seasons of his career efficiency-wise. He's shooting basically 40% from three and about 50% from the field. You're getting great defense from him. And, yeah, so I'm with it. I don't know. Chris Middleton's good, but I don't think he's all-star good this year.
I mean, I understand Holiday not being in over Middleton. We have to understand this by positions, and Holiday's not getting in as a guard. The guards are just too stacked in the Eastern Conference. Chris Middleton last season didn't make the All-Star game. He averaged more points. He averaged more assists. He averaged more rebounds. He was better from the field, 47%. He's at 44% this year. He shot 41% from three last year. He's at 38% this year. And he was at damn near 90% from the free throw line last year and 88% this year from the free throw line. So, I mean,
it's not a huge fall off.
I mean, it's not a huge fall off, but he wasn't an all-star last year with better numbers across the board. He was more deserving of all-star last year than he was this season.
That's why I say I feel like the playoffs have a little bit to do with it, in my opinion. The coaches. Oh, listen, I agree. I agree. No doubt about it. But the coaches are deciding here.
That's you're right. The coaches pick the players. So I understand. I mean, like I think we can all agree. Chris Middleton's the one guy we're looking at. Like we could have probably put a few more guys, but for me, yeah,
I like the Pascal name, bro.
Siakam,
I really like it.
Siakam has played 38 games. He's averaging 21, 9, and 5.
He's been amazing.
One steal, almost a block, 48% from the field, and 35% from three.
He's been so damn good.
I feel like out of him, JB and Middleton, JB probably has the best numbers.
Tell me how many games JB's played. You might be right. Points
JB's
wise,
averaging 25 a game,
but
right?
the facilitating of Pascal Siakam has been slept on. It's been great. His rebounding numbers, he's the lone big on that squad. He's going to have them.
So Siakam has played 38 games. Middleton has played 41. So it's a 3-game difference.
JB.
I know. I was just getting to that.
Oh, I apologize.
Because you talked about earlier that Siakam was hurt. I mean, they've played damn near the same amount of games.
No doubt.
So now Jaylen Brown, this year he's averaging 24, 6, and 3, shooting 45% from the field and 36% from three. Played 40 games.
So yeah, he's
okay.
He should.
I'm with you.
He should have been that guy. Honestly,
Middleton shouldn't have gotten in.
Boston should have had 2 wings, and then the Draymond spot. I probably would put AD in that spot. Honestly, like the 2 Lakers
over Anthony Edwards.
Well, I mean, you just threw all that stuff at me with DeJounte. Anthony Davis' team has more wins. He's been playing better as of late.
No,
they have more wins?
Not right now.
AFC? What's Minnesota?
7th.
7th or 7 now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're right there.
Don't sleep on Minnesota, bro.
I think Anthony Davis' numbers are better, and he's been playing at a phenomenal rate since he's been back. So it's like
he's been going crazy since he came back.
Going insane.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's not the best big in the league like you think he is.
Nah, he is.
Jokic?
He's better.
You think he's better than Jokic?
He's better. Oh. He's the best big in the league. That's what it means. He's better than everyone else. When he's healthy, he's the best.
Oh, God.
He's better than Embiid. He's better than Jokic when he's healthy, no doubt.
He's better than Embiid.
No doubt.
Wow. He's not better than Jokic. Not even close.
Not this year, bro.
Not even close. Against the Nuggets, when they faced, he busted his ass.
AD an MVP?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He doesn't even play enough games to qualify for the award.
Interesting.
He doesn't even have the production to qualify for the award.
Weren't you the one who sat here and said that Derrick Rose wasn't even a top 5 player when he won the MVP?
He wasn't.
I agree with you.
So what?
I'm not saying that Jokic.
What does D Rose have to do with
All
this?
I'm trying to say is that MVP isn't the end all be all.
So you could still be better than somebody that's an MVP.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, you could, but
Derrick Rose won. LeBron was better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really extreme situation because Anthony Davis is not LeBron James.
No,
he's not LeBron James.
I understand.
And it's a real big difference because
AD last year averaged 21 too.
The Joker and Embiid
last year as well.
Excuse me.
The Joker
was definitely feeling
the Joker
injuries.
and Embiid have been playing better than Anthony Davis the last 2 seasons, last year and this season. So it's not like this is a whole different conversation. They've both been better back-to-back years. So this isn't like
this is the healthiest AD's been, and we're finally seeing him back to AD form.
What's the farthest that AD has ever led his
second round?
What was Jokic? WCF, right?
Came back from Jamal Murray.
But
Jamal Murray was
dynamic duo.
Not because,
he
but
Jamal
Murray
he played a huge part.
Of course.
Okay, so
absolutely.
But you could say the same about Drew Holiday and Rondo for Anthony Davis.
Absolutely.
They locked up.
No,
He locked up Dame, no doubt.
Rondo was great in that series
too. But you said
too.
because of Jamal Murray, like Jamal Murray was the biggest reason.
He might have been.
No, he
They
was
were
not.
a dynamic duo, bro.
They were a
Jamal-
dynamic duo, but
They played off each other.
Jamal Murray was not the biggest reason. Jokic was the best player in all of those series by far.
You don't think he was a big reason in that Clippers series?
Jamal Murray, it was both.
Or in that Utah
I
series
think
where he had
Jamal
250
was
balls.
Jamal was
pretty
the best
impressive.
offensive player in terms of like scoring the ball. He was that guy, but the Joker was still scoring. Like
scoring, not offensive.
Scoring. But Joker was still facilitating the offense, scoring.
The reason why they were able to get past the Clippers is because they couldn't double team Jokic because he would just kill them passing.
He was destroying them. So it's like
Jamal
I
Murray
feel like it was a dynamic duo.
everybody,
I'm not gonna say one was bigger than the other.
So it's like
I feel
1A, 1B?
Yeah, I feel like they both played up to that level, so you know what I'm saying. So I wouldn't, but don't act like the Pelic, like Drew Holiday and Rondo stepped their
I'm
game
not
up.
saying that they
because they were a 6 seed.
They were also
and they beat
game.
Portland.
Yeah,
Drew
it was
scrapped
great.
Dame that
CJ
series
was also
bad.
getting locked up, and Rondo was guarding him.
And that's a good team, though.
Yeah, so let's pump the brakes.
I'm saying
here.
that Portland team was a good team.
He averaged 30 and 12.
And
that
Boogie
series,
got
too.
hurt that season too. He tore his ACL. I'm just saying.
Drew
he had a
averaged
lot of
28 that
responsibility.
series?
No, he was awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Just don't
He was
forget that.
impressive.
Don't do that.
And he shut down Dame.
Don't do
Primary
that.
defender on Dame.
That's hard to do, man.
It is.
In the first round. Dame is an elite first round player.
I
He's
know.
elite at that.
Early
Drew
rounds,
literally
Dame's-
took him out
See?
as the primary guy.
I got you.